Hello, good evening, welcome. Oh, wrong camera. Let me just change that. There we go. That's better. It's the right camera. Good evening and welcome to the watch along. Hope you are doing well. It is Leicester Tigers against Connacht down at Welford Road this evening. I hope you're all doing very well and looking forward to this watch along. If you are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the stream and get involved in the chat. Already seeing some of you in the chat, which is fantastic to see. Welcome along to this watch along. I'm Brandon. I'm going to watch this game together. I'm not showing the actual game due to copyright issues, but it's live on BT Sport 3. But this is just a way of watching the game together. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Oh, Luke Conway is already in the chat. Luke, hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. Gregor Galway's also in the chat. Come on, Connacht. Indeed. Let's see how both teams do. We're also going to have a look back at some of the action today. There's been a lot of action in the Challenge Cup. It's going to be a good evening. Sean O'Farrell, good evening. Hope you're well, mate. Hard luck to the Ospreys against Newcastle. Don't get me started on the Welsh regions this weekend so far in Europe. It has been horrific. It has been horrific. We've all three have lost so far. Cardiff Blues in dramatic fashion against London Irish. Ospreys against Newcastle, but after being ahead 14-0. And then, of course, we just saw now the Dragons lose against Northampton. So the Scarlets are our only hope, but tonight we are focusing on Leicester against Connacht. So do let me know who you're supporting in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from this evening. Hope you're all doing very, very well. Let me know who you are backing to win this one. I think we're in for a very good game. We are going to go through the teams in just a second. And we will round up the action from the rest of the day's actions. As always, let me know who you're backing to win this one. Really interested to hear your thoughts on this match. Be interesting to hear what you got to say on them. Make sure if you're new that you've liked the stream and you subscribed as well, and feel free to share it with friends and family, as we are of course looking at Leicester Tigers round of 16 against Connacht. Two massive teams, two absolutely huge teams. It's going to be interesting to see. How's the Ospreys game? Horrific. I didn't catch it. I know we were 14-0 up, but we ended up losing. I mean, the Welsh regions will really debrief. If you're interested in Welsh rugby and you want to know more about it, myself and Ben, who's been on the channel before, will be debriefing the action from the weekend's European games for the Welsh regions in a lot of detail on Monday nights on the 3bod rugby group on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show. So do join us for that. I'll drop a link to that in the chat at some point. Connacht hopefully will do well. Leicester vs Leinster in the quarterfinals should be a good match. Absolutely should be. We should be in for a fantastic game that evening. Really, really looking forward to the rugby this evening. I think we're in for some good stuff. And as I said, we are going to round up the action from the rest of the round. Lots of rugby. What a busy, busy time it is to be a rugby fan. We're in for some fantastic rugby. I seriously believe we are in for some great rugby this evening. Keep your comments coming in. Don't forget there's an option of a super chat if you'd like to support the channel financially. Absolutely no pressure to do that. If you're not financially in place to do that, do not do it. But if you'd like to contribute financially, you're more than welcome to do that. But you just being here is enough for me. But again, it is there if you'd like to make use of it. 10 minutes to go until kickoff. We will go through the teams in just a second. And we will have a look at them. But I believe we're in for a good game this evening. Right, let's go through the teams then this evening. This is how both sides line up. So starting with Leicester, the home side, they line up like this. So have a look on your screens now. So starting for Leicester this evening at fullback, Zach Henry plays at fullback with Harry Potter. The Wizard is on the wing for Leicester Tigers. Harry Potter's on the wing, fellas. Harry Potter's on the wing with Matthias Maroney and Matt Scott in the centres. Guy Porter's also on the wing. Johnny McPhillips is at 10 with Ben Youngs at 9 and captain for the side. Going from the front row then, Luan de Bruin is in the front row alongside Charlie Clare and Joe Hayes. Cameron Henderson then is in lock alongside Thomas Lavanini. George Martin is at 6 with Luke Wallace at 7. Jasper Wise Then that's 8. Leaving the bench, Nick Dolly, James Whitcomb, Will Hurd, Harry Wells, Tommy Rethel, Ben White, Dan Kelly, and Freddie Stewart. Looking at Connacht then, this is how they line up this evening. The away side head to Welford Road, and this is how they line up. So with the fullback, John Porch plays out fullback with Alex Roten and Matt Healy on the wings. Tom Daly and Sean O'Brien are in the centres, with Kieran Marmion and Jack Carty at 9 and 10 respectively. In the front row then, Dennis Buckley, Dave Heffernan and Finlay Beelum are in the front row. Alton Dillon is in the lock alongside Gavin Thornbury. Ewan Masterson, Connor Oliver and Paul Boyle are the back row. Leaving the bench are Shane Delahunt, Jordan Duggan, Dominic Robertson-McCoy, Oisin Dowling, Abraham Papali, Colin Blade, Connor Fitzgerald and Peter Sullivan. Let me know your thoughts on those teams in the chat. Who are you backing to get the job done today? Which team are you more impressed with? Lots of changes there for Leicester. It is a very different side to the one that we are used to seeing. I've literally just got back from work a little bit ago. Busy day at work and caught the end of the Dragons game, which for a Welsh rugby fan, it was not a good viewing at the end there. But we are here to watch this one. Connacht against Leicester Tigers. It's a big one. It's a very big one. I'm very much looking forward to this. I think we're going to be in for some really good rugby tonight. Two very different styles of rugby, you'd have to say. Freddie, if you're in the chat, do let us know a little bit about how Leicester have been going this season. And we will have a chat about that just before kick-off as well. We will have a chat about how it's gone so far for these two teams. Let's look at some of your comments. A strong Connacht side, rested loads of players. Yeah, that's surprising to see that. I think, you know, the Challenge Cup, you've got Ospreys and Blues have been knocked out. You think London Irish will be strong. But London Irish go and play Bath now, which once again, that's two teams knocked out. One of those teams will be knocked out, will be very, very strong in this competition. Ospreys are out. Dragons are out. I mean, Northampton looked pretty good with a fairly rotated side, didn't they, as well? So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes this evening. What's the mindset of all the players and how it goes. But do let me know your predictions in the chat on this one. Who's going to win? Who's going to get the job done? Do let me know. Let me know your predictions in the chat. We will have a look at some of the action from today in both competitions. It's been a busy day in the Champions and the Challenge Cup, respectively. And we will be keeping an eye out on Wales against France. The Women's Six Nations have kicked off today. England getting a big win against Scotland. But we will keep an eye out on Wales women against the French women as well in the Six Nations. So we'll keep an eye on both of them this evening. Welcome along if you just joined. Welcome to the watch along. Make sure you're subscribed and you've liked the video as well. Subscribe to the channel. It's free to do as we push towards 1,500 subscribers. It would be amazing if we can hit that over the next couple of weeks. So make sure you're subscribed and also get your thoughts in the chat ahead of the game. Short of Foul thinks there's going to be 7 points in it. We'll have to wait and see. We are not far away from kickoff, just over 5 minutes away from kickoff this evening. It's going to be a very, very interesting game tonight. Right, shall we round up the rest of the action from the day? It's been a busy day, as I said, in the Champions and the Challenge Cup this evening. So we'll go through the scores from today, what we have seen. Again, I've missed a lot of rugby today through work, unfortunately, but we are going to go through it regardless. Let me share my screen and we'll have a look at some of the results from the past day of action. And there we go. So today, as I said, in the Women's Six Nations, England getting that big win against Scotland, 52 points to 10. But in the Champions Cup, Clermont with an injury time winner, 27 points to 25 over Wasps. So the French side go marching on. Munster-Toulouse, we knew that was going to be a good game. I was gutted to be missing it. But what a game that was. Munster losing that one 33 points to 14. Have people seen the photos after the game of Cheslin Colby clearing the pitch? What a gentleman. And let's see if the Lions can stop him this season. Exeter Chiefs did manage to get a win over Leon, 47 points to 25. So they go through. And they play Leicester, it is, I think, on Friday night. So they play Leicester next up. Then in the Challenge Cup, Benetton managed to get their first win of the season, beating Agen, 29 points to 16. Ospreys there, my team, losing 24 points to 28. And the Dragons then losing in dramatic style, 43-39. Lots of question marks over the Welsh regions. Lots of question marks and a lot to be debated. Again, as I said, we're going to do a Welsh Rugby Roundup show on Monday night on the 3BOD Facebook group, YouTube channel and Facebook page. 8:30 going live on Monday, so do join us for that. We'll debunk the Welsh side a little bit more in that one. So a lot of fixtures going on today in both competitions. So I'm really excited for this one. As always, in the chat, get involved in the chat, guys. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, who you'd like to win tonight, who the key players to keep an eye out on. Do let me know in the chat. It's fantastic to have you alongside this evening. Awesome to see the regulars in the chat as well. Always good to see the regulars in the chat. What a place Welford Road is for a game of rugby as well. What a place for rugby this is. There we are. We are all set to go here. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Kelly says, Pro 47 having a good Challenge Cup compared to only Benetton getting a win so far. Yeah, it does raise the question of the quality difference between the Pro 14 and the Premiership and the top 14. Dragons had a chance, but they ran out of steam. You can say the same for all of the Welsh regions, really, if we're being honest. All the Welsh regions have been really poor in this campaign, really disappointing, and we were hoping the Scarlets could get us some pride back tomorrow night. I can't believe the Dragons lost that one. Yeah, just ran out of steam in the end. I think that's, as Sean says, I think that really was the case. Right, we're not very far away from kickoff here. Very, very excited for this one. So just going through the two teams. Thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed so far. Fantastic. The channel is really growing. Really, really grateful for that. Make sure if you are new that you hit that subscribe button, folks. We are ready for this one. Down at Welford Road. Stadium I'd love to go to. Never been. Freddie Clark is a season ticket holder, of course, good friend of the channel. So just quickly to go through the teams, if you did miss them, just to remind you once again, this is a watch along, not the actual game. The game is live on BT Sport. This is simply a watch along. So Leicester start like this. Zach Henry starts at fullback with the wizard Harry Potter on the wing. Guy Porter plays on the opposite wing. Matthias Moroni, the Italian, plays in the centre alongside Matt Scott. Johnny McPhillips plays at 10 with Ben Youngs at 9. In the front row, Lewin De Bruyne, Charlie Clare and Joe Hayes plays in the front row. Cameron Henderson and Thomas Lavanini playing the locks, with George Martin, Luke Wallace and Jasper Weiss playing in the back row. For Connacht, this is how they line up. Dane Buckley, Dave Heffernan and Finlay Beelum are in the front row, with Ulton Dillon and Gavin Thornbury in the locks. Ewan Mattison and Connor Oliver play in the back row alongside Paul Boyle. And 9 and 10, then you have Kieran Marmion and Jack Carty. On the wings, you have Matt Healy and Alex Wooten. You have Tom Daly and Sean O'Brien in the centres, with John Porch at fullback. So those are the two teams. Both teams are out on the pitch. We're ready for kickoff here. Very much ready for this one. So make sure to let me know your predictions in the chat. I think we could see a Connacht win tonight. I think the strength of the Connacht side compared to the Leicester team is very big, really. And Connacht have had a decent season in the Pro 14. The referee is Adam Jones, not the former prop. And we are underway. We've literally Just kicked off here. And straight away there from Zach Henry there. Mistake from kickoff straight away there. They'll be frustrated with that, you'd have to say. So we are underway down at Welford Road. Money is the reason for the difference to the league. And also, if you think the Premiership is all the teams in the top 14, all the teams in France and Pro 14, mixture of countries. Yeah, I guess so. That's a big thing. Money is certainly a big thing in the context of the game. I'm going to back Connacht to win tonight. Let me know in the chat who you're backing to win this one. Who's going to win tonight? Who's going to be champions? Not champions. Who's going to win the game? So Wales women will be keeping an eye on that. Connacht coming forward here. Porch, the former Australian Sevens international, of course. Had a big impact at Connacht since coming in. I'm very excited to see how this one goes this evening. And it's knocked forward here from Connacht, just outside the 22 of Leicester. So opportunity for Lavanini to stretch his legs. And here come the Leicester Tigers side. Ben Young's at 9. I think he had a good campaign for England. England had a very poor campaign, but I think he was one shining light. It's a very good kick down into the Connacht territory. It'll be a line out to Connacht just outside their own 22 here. Very good kick there from Zach Henry, the fullback. Decent kick from him indeed. So we are going to keep an eye out on the France versus Wales game as well. So that is undergoing out in France. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Still 0-0, just a minute and a half on the clock in that one. Let me actually change this. There we go. Let's keep an eye on how that one goes. Connacht decides to kick. Is out on its head. It is indeed. And so they'll come back for the original play. Sean O'Brien there kicking it straight out. Oh, France have scored. Good start. France have scored already within 2 minutes. So France are up to 5 points to 0 early on here. I mean, that's shocking defence. Oh, it's so unfortunate off a charge down, actually. And France women have taken the lead in that one. 5 points to 0. They lead. Of course, new head coach Warren Abrams taking charge of his first game for Wales today. We interviewed him on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show recently. That was a great chat with him. So, really excited for this one. Really excited for this one, actually. Connacht looking to play. Yes, I heard. I heard that it was a good game. Last minute try, indeed. Fortunately, yeah, it was working. Couldn't catch it, unfortunately. Tomorrow night, we'll do Harlequins against Ulster, your team, Gregor. So we'll be doing that game tomorrow night. France have added to their try, so they now lead 7 points to 0. So keep an eye on both games tonight. But we are mostly focused on Leicester Connacht this evening. So scrum to Connacht just inside their own half here. And a penalty First blood for Connacht. Going to the corner here.
What do you see here? Yeah, it's just got a really good foundation from Connacht in the front row there. Causes Joe Hayes to...
So line out to Connacht just outside the 22 of Leicester. 5 minutes into this one. They do win it. Ball comes out here. Boyle, the big number 8 carries. They switched the run of play here. Ball came to Porch. Did it come off his leg? Yes, it did. So ball is still with Connacht here if they can retain possession, which they can. They have been pushed back 5 or 10 metres here. And they go for the little kick over the top. It's not a bad option at all, and he'll give Leicester a 5 metre scrum. A 5 metre line out, sorry. It's going to be a tough one. So line out here to Leicester. They sort of win it. Oh, it bounces all over the place. Where's this going to bounce? And they're just going to check what's happened here. Has it been taken back by Leicester? I have no idea what happened there. Messy line out from Leicester Tigers there. Very messy. France have got another try. Yeah. That game is, it was always going to be tough for all the Welsh women there. 12-0 down already within, what, 6.5 minutes. Yeah. Knocked on there by Connacht, though, so what you have to remember with the Wales women is that most of the women aren't actually even professional, and France are all professional, so it's a massive difference in level of training, quality, everything. It's going to be really tough for them, and France have actually converted that, so it's 14-0 up after 6.5 minutes. Good scrum here from both teams, really. Leicester looking to run from their own 22 here. Jack Carty finally brings down the number 8. It will be kicked away. Decent clearance down, but Porch has time here, the Aussie. Big hit by Lavanini on him there. They're looking to hold the man up. They haven't managed to do it. Oh, lovely. Sean O'Brien into the space, and he's got the option of the scrum half, and Connacht burst through, and Connacht draw first blood in this one. What a try for the away side. Brilliant try there. Lovely break from Sean O'Brien, and Kieran Marmion has crossed 7 tries in 16 appearances in this competition for him. And Connacht take the lead in this one. Sean O'Brien steps beautifully. He's against Lavanini, but he beats him. And Connacht take the lead. 5 points to 0 to Connacht. It's a lovely step from Sean O'Brien. We'll see if Jack Carty can convert. It's not the easiest kick in the world. So 8 minutes in. Carty, he sliced it unfortunately, so it remains 5-0. Connacht 5-0 up in this one. So 5 points to nil. 8 minutes and 40 seconds in. Porch steps, caught though. Connacht looking to run from their own 22 here. Ball comes back to Carty, who decides to clear. Johnny McPhillips sends it high. Zach Henry chases. I think that's been knocked forward. Opportunity then for Leicester Tigers to come forward just outside the 22. Ball out wide. They're going through the phases here, looking for options. It's a good tackle. Zach Henry, the fullback, has been very involved so far this game. And they come. Ben Youngs gets it out. He finds Jasper Weiss. Big carry from him there. Advantage to Leicester here. Lavanini takes it forward into George Martin. Ball out here. It's a lovely little touch. Has it gone forward? Ball is still alive here for Leicester somehow. No advantage. They'll come back for the original penalty. And if you're Leicester, you're probably taking the points here, right?
This is going to be a big test for Connacht now, because back in December against Racing, this was an area they certainly came up short. The Racing 92 ball got really on top of the Connacht ball. So
well, Leicester decides to go to the corner. Interesting choice. They're very, very strong from this position, aren't they? They're driving forward here. There's only one way this is going to happen, and it is a try. It is a try for Leicester. Charlie Clare has crashed over. And Leicester have responded. I mean, that driving maul is what's going to be their big, big, big weapon tonight. And they're certainly going to use it to good effect. So Leicester with a really good try there. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Greg Goy says we should get the win for that game tomorrow. Harlequins against Ulster. Oh, missed the conversion once again. So it remains 5 points apiece. There we go. 5 points apiece. France women are still 14-0 up against Wales women. 12 minutes gone in that one. Let's get some more of your comments. Isaac Cornwall says, Connacht's small defence looks pretty weak. I mean, it is Leicester's speciality, is what they're very good at. It's very contrasting starts today. Connacht will look to run the ball, will look to play a lot, while Leicester kick a lot and are very brutal up front as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Rugby Geese, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Rugby Geese has a brilliant channel, guys. Do go check it out. There's a lot of watch-alongs as well. End-to-end stuff for sure. So scrum here to Leicester. Ben Youngs to feed it inside their own 22 from the knock-on off the restart from Connacht. So here we go. Scrum to Leicester here. Good scrum from both sides. Vise gets it off to Youngs, who kicks. It's a decent kick from Ben Youngs, but it doesn't quite find touch, so Porch sends it back down. It's probably going to be a little bit too much. Ben Youngs has plenty of time, so we're going to have a bit of kick tennis here, it seems. Might be a little bit too much. It is not. So Connacht are going to look to run from here. Gives him the offload, but it's a little bit risky to give him it there. I think Leicester have turned this one over. They have very well. Oh, what a break this is. What a try this will be for Leicester Tigers. Lovely try there. What a try that is. It is Guy Porter. I mean, the turnover was done, but he just went straight through the middle and scored. What a try that is. And let's get to some of your comments quickly. Jonathan Gray, no chance of you turning your camera around. Our working internet ain't working right. I'm afraid I cannot. I'd absolutely love to, my man, but I cannot. My channel will get taken down. I cannot. But you can keep it today here if you'd like to. Leicester Tigers with a lovely try there. And Leicester, probably the underdogs for this one, are 10 points to 5 ahead. Really good work there. Great try indeed from Rugby Geeks there. Guy Porter scoring for Leicester. First try for Guy Porter there. So Zach Henry's going to look to add the 2 points. He did miss his first conversion of the game. And that's swinging in. And Leicester Tigers are 12 points to 5 ahead in this one. It's all good, Jonathan. Enjoy the watch along with us. Let's hope Connacht, yes, can respond here. 5 points to 12 down. France have got a third try against Wales women. Always going to be a tough ask for them. So they are now 21 points to 0 ahead. Last time they were won 50 points to 0 against Wales women. Last time they faced each other. So they'll be hoping for not the same. But, I mean, it's always going to be tough against someone who's professional. We saw it with Scotland against England today. England winning 50 points to something. It's always going to happen unless they can find a way of making these teams professional and making a league in the country that you can finance and continues to be professional. Nothing's ever going to change. The bigger teams are just going to get better, and the smaller teams are just going to, that gap's just going to grow, unfortunately. Knocked on there by Leicester, so we scrum to Connacht. I mean, maybe Connacht a little bit creating their own downfall there, trying to play it maybe a little bit too much. I think Porch is going off for a HIA potentially. Ooh, they're just checking something here. The ref is happy with that. John Porch gone off for a HIA there after being caught by Lavanini, I believe it was. Connacht asking about the ref to have a look at it. Ref says he's happy with it, so we continue. So scrum to Connacht just over the halfway line. We are nearly halfway through this first half. Big scrum from Connacht there. Very, very good scrum there from Connacht. So Jack Carty's going to send this one down. Very good kick from Carty. Oh, excuse me. I am so tired. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yeah, very much so. Absolutely agree with you. I think that a lot needs to be done for the women's game. Once again, did a really good interview with former with current Wales head coach Warren Abrahams, women's head coach Warren Abrahams. And Leicester Tigers actually stole this line out. Very good still there. It was knocked on from Leicester, so scrum to Connacht within the 22. But yes, I did a really good interview with current Wales women's head coach Warren Abrahams ahead of the Six Nations. I had a really good chat with him, and he spoke a bit about it being a process for them. You know, they're not going to beat France tonight. It's not going to happen. It's just not. There's a long way to go for women's rugby here in Wales and in Scotland. I mean, you saw it with England today, so it is a long way away from being anything competitive. Really, LouTube's in the chat. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you are well. Good to see you. Make sure if you're watching, folks, and you're not yet, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you do so. And also let me know who you're supporting this evening. We're on the grind towards 1,500 subs. Scrum to Leicester then. They peel away. We have some great games tomorrow. We'll have a chat about them later on throughout the evening. Connacht have turned this one over. Jack Carty spreads it out. Big hits coming in. Oh, really good carry. Very similar to the Leicester try. Boyle burst through into the 22. Is the support there? Jack Carty, simply one more pass. Oh, he should have passed. Advantage here too. Connacht. Boyle once again carries, and it's knocked forward by the prop. Number 7, high tackle there. So opportunity here for Connacht. But once again, very, very similar from the breakdown. Just picking and going. And there's no one there. The defence, the very narrow defence, is just not there for Leicester. Or it hasn't been for Connacht either. But Boyle just picks it up, runs straight through. And this game's been a decent one to start with, hasn't it? Two very strong sides, to have to say, in this competition, who will fancy their chances if they can get through this evening. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Isaac saying lots of gaps around the rucks in the match. Absolutely, and they've been exploited very, very well. You'll also be interested in all French clash. Clermont to lose in the quarterfinals. There's a lot. It's all on Friday night. I mean, it's all on Friday night. Every single quarterfinals on a Friday night. I don't know why. I'm really surprised by that. So Connacht have alluded to go for the posts. So we'll see if they can draw two within 4 points. Halfway, just over halfway in this first half. And he's got it. Connacht up to 8. France women still leading 21 points to 0. Boujard has had 3 tries. And I'm pretty sure Boujard is a forward. Oh, no, a winger, sorry. So Boujard has 4 tries for France already. 3 tries, sorry, for France. France leading now on 21 points to 0. And I think Rugby Geeks had a really good comment down here. England should run away with this Women's Six Nations Class between pro and amateur players. Really, it's going to be England and France, isn't it? It's just going to be England and France. I know a good few of the Connacht lads sickened not to be at the games, mate. We'd all love to be back at the games, and hopefully we're not too far away from that. Hopefully not too far away from that at all. I like that idea a lot. A women's British and Irish Lions team go play the Black Ferns. That'd be great to see. Rugby Geeks a sloppy guard work from both sides. Defenders focusing on folding around the corner instead of dealing with the threat. Absolutely, and we're seeing that. We're seeing that in the game. I mean, Lavanini's been caught. Henderson was caught for Leicester. A couple of the Connacht boys have been caught. Very different styles of rugby, though, isn't it? It's very different styles of rugby. Connacht, very much about running with the ball. Leicester always looking for the territorial game, looking to kick a lot. Nearly 25 minutes in at this one. Connacht looking to play here from within their own 22 again. Carty will kick this one. And penalty to Connacht, offside from the home side there.
Relieves the pressure, gives Connacht field position and a chance to attack now.
So Connacht do clear their lines. So line out to Connacht just on the 10-metre line in their own half. Ball out wide here. O'Brien. Really good hands here. Brian acts as scrum half. Oh, it's knocked forward. Is that a deliberate knock-on? Oh, it's a deliberate knock-on. So is that a yellow? Well, the ref's called it as a deliberate knock-on, but he's not giving the yellow. I'm blown away. And the commentators are blown away as well. How is he still on the pitch? If he's called that as a deliberate knock-on, he's never catching that. That's a yellow. He's never catching that. If you're watching the game, let me know, because to me, that's a yellow. Richard Hooey, good to see you, my friend. You missed some great games. Absolutely did, unfortunately. Surely that's a yellow, yeah. How is he still on the pitch? Here come advantage to Connacht. Lovely interchanging play here from the Irish side. Really beginning to come forward now. Good work. I'm still blown away that that's not a yellow to Lavanini. I have no idea how he's still on the pitch. He can consider himself very, very lucky. Oh, lovely hands. Sean O'Brien. Oh, he's kept it going. Come back for the original penalty. And it is going to be a yellow. I mean, finally someone has gone to the bin. Charlie Clare, the try scorer, is in the bin. Maybe he heard me. Yeah, maybe he did. Because Charlie Clare is in the bin. Connacht really looks to put their foot down here now. I mean, some lovely hands from Connacht. Really seen some lovely rugby here.
Leicester conceded the tackle line quite a bit. They're losing the game out on the carries. So Connacht going wide. They made 30 metres without anyone putting a hit on. So they're the areas I think they'll look for improvement in the short term. But, you know, that's 4 points ahead. They haven't had much ball. Not all bad.
I'm not sure what Connacht are deciding to do here. I'm waiting to see what their decision is, if they're going to look to go for the corner here. So there's 14 minutes to go until half time. We are waiting a decision from them. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Justice for the yellow card, very much so. Maybe he gave the ref some money to make him not get a yellow. We won't say much about that. Connacht have gone to the corner. Royal London are funding a viability report into women's British and Irish lines. From what I understand, the main thing is that would basically be England in a different kit. Maybe they could do a rule where a certain number of players are picked from each country, but it could very much be like that because, again, it's pro in England and it's not in Wales. I know a lot of the Welsh girls, having spoken to Warren Abrams, play in the English system, but it's still not the same. You're not going to be training at the same level when you come to international camp, are you? It's still 21-0 to France. Just under half an hour gone in that one as well. So here come Connacht, though. Oh, it's not forward. Oh, my gosh. Connacht, Leicester could be in here. Oh, my gosh. Leicester have scored from absolutely nothing. Matthias Moroni, after some great running work from his centre partnership in Matt Scott, has scored. I mean, for Connacht, that's massively disappointing, you've got to say. I mean, they've been pushing and pushing and pushing. One simple mistake. It's a simple knock-on. I think it's Carty, actually. Scott picks it up. He doesn't quite have the legs, but Moroni offers a brilliant support line, and the Italian is in. And Leicester are leading 17 points to 8, and they have a man in the bin. So 17 points to 8 now. So Leicester will look to, Zach Henry will look to add 2 points here. So Leicester looking to get an 11-point advantage. He's absolutely pulled it across, so it will remain 17 points to 8. I mean, Carty just simply takes his eyes off the ball. Scott picks it up. Moroni offers a brilliant line, and he's not going to get caught from there. And Leicester Tigers, after Connacht have really dominated most of the game, are flying ahead in this one. John Porch is back on the pitch after HIA. Let's have a look at some other comments. Connacht are gifting this inexperienced Leicester team easy exits and try scoring opportunities. Connacht have a habit of shooting themselves in the foot. If you look at the Connacht team that won the Pro 12, it would have given Leicester a good game. The thing is, I don't think Connacht are playing badly. It's just little mistakes, just simple little mistakes that they're making. They are the better side, in my opinion, in this one. RUGBY says, confident to tackle at this level, need to accelerate to win the collision instead of backing off. France up to 24. Let me change the score on that. Ben Ford, co-host of the Welsh Rugby Roundup show, watched the Cardiff Blues lose in dramatic style on Friday night with me and got me in a Cardiff Blues shirt. I'm determined to get him in an Osprey shirt. He kind of thinks I'm a Blues fan, but I really just support the best team in Wales. So that's just how it is. But yes, me and Ben are doing the Welsh Rugby Roundup show on Monday night. I'm going to drop a link to the Facebook page and the YouTube channel in a sec. Make sure you like and follow that page and you subscribe to the channel. So when we go live, you'll see me and Ben chatting about Welsh Rugby on Monday evening. which would be awesome. So 48 hours until that, not long to go. It's all in 48 hours time. We'll be live with that. So do join us for that. Let me actually do that now. I mean, oh my gosh, what's happened to Connacht's defence? I mean, Connacht's defence has just gone. It's just gone at this point. I mean, Leicester are down to 14 men, and Zach Henry has just danced around the Connacht defence. And Leicester are leading here, 22 points. 22 points to 8. I mean, the high kick is good, but Porch has to catch that. And Zach Henry, I mean, the tackle's missed. He steps in, he steps out. I mean, you have to do better there. Really good work from Henry. Don't get me wrong, the fullback. But Connacht, I mean, are really shooting themselves in the foot here after playing some lovely rugby. They're really shooting themselves in the foot here. Henry has got his conversion. We'll change the scoreboard in a minute. So I'm dropping the Welsh Rugby Roundup Show YouTube channel into the chat now. Make sure you head over there, subscribe to it, and hit the notification bell because we're going live at 8:30 UK time. We'll be going live at 8:30 UK time for the Welsh Rugby Roundup Show. Myself and Ben will be looking back at the action from the 4 Welsh regions. 3 so far, very much been disappointing. Let's hope the Scarlets can do a job tomorrow. Let's go through some of your comments. Nick Williams for Prime Minister. The things you love to see. I mean, I think Cardiff are missing a big ball carrier. I think they absolutely are. I think that's just one of the big things they're missing. But will he be Prime Minister? We'll have to wait and see. Oh dear, some One-Port Old Pisporians and the 7s in. They defend better than this. I mean, Leicester are nearly in again. I mean, Connacht are just... The high ball goes up and they just start flapping at it. Trying a little grubber through and it's not worked. I mean, Connacht really need to get their heads together. Just under 5 minutes to go until half time. And it's just really, I mean, they're all over the place. Porch under this high ball. What is he doing? Just catch it, you numpty. Just catch it, you absolute clown. What are you doing? Just catch it. Jacobus, it has been a while, my friend. How are you doing? Good to see you. It has been a very long time, in fact. You missed all 6 Nations, mate. What happened? But good to see you back, my friend. Welcome back to the chat. We are watching Leicester smashing Connacht at the minute, if we're being totally honest. 24 points to 8. Actually need to change the scoreboard there to make that one right. So 24 points to 8 to Leicester Tigers. France have got up to 29 points. They've got another try in that one. I think it's going to be a long evening for Warren Abrahams' women. The bonus point is secured for them 35 minutes in. So we'll see if France can get this conversion. And she's successful. So France are 31 points to 0 up. They did put 50 on Wales last time. So we'll see if that happens. But we are focusing here. 4 minutes to go in this one. Leicester, fair play. They've had a man down and they've got 2 tries out of it. For Connacht, I mean, Porch under the high ball has been an absolute liability all night so far. Henry, who scored a lovely try just a few minutes ago, sends this one high. Healy kicks it back. I mean, this Leicester team's a young, inexperienced side. Work happened, yeah. I absolutely know what you mean. I missed so much rugby today, mate. Missed Munster to lose, which looked like a classic. Missed Ospreys losing, which isn't always a bad thing. So I've missed a lot of rugby today, but catching up over the course of the evening, I'm watching this one. And tomorrow night we'll be doing Harlequins Ulster. Same time, 7:45 kickoff, going live. 8 o'clock kickoff, sorry, going live at 7:45. So do join us for that one. Well, 2 tries with a man down, and Charlie Clare's coming back for Leicester. Make sure to subscribe. We are very, very close to 1,430 subscribers. So if you're not yet hit the subscribe button, make sure to do so. It'd be awesome to hit that maybe just before half time. Can we do that? So let's see if we can do that. Hit that subscribe button down below. It's free to do. Make sure you hit it if you haven't done so already. So big games tomorrow. We'll go through them at half time, and we'll also have a chat about this first half and a look ahead to tomorrow's games. So it's a really good kick actually from Carty there. So Leicester back up to 15, 24-28, 2 minutes to go. You think the next score is really important in this one? I believe that's May the 10th for the Lions squad announcement, or May the 6th. One of them rings a bell. I'll make a lot of videos leading up to that about who I would have in my team. Of course, he announced that the Lions tour is going ahead this summer. Connacht with a driving maul here. Oh, it's off here. The scrum half trying to burst through the gap. Good cover defence there from Leicester Tigers. Connacht 5 metres out here. Really a try before half time would make it very much more an interesting one. Yeah, sure enough, I think it's May the 6th. I think it's May the 6th. A minute and a half to go in this first half. The space out wide. Oh, he's dropped the ball. Oh, advantage, though, was being played. Can Edinburgh do it tomorrow? Simple answer is no. I cannot see Edinburgh winning tomorrow. I'm working at that time, but I'll try and sneak off and work and watch it. If my boss is watching, I'm sorry, but rugby's on. I think rugby might be a bit more important at this point. So I'll try and sneak off and watch it. I'd love to see Racing play some nice rugby, but... So line out 5 metres out for Connacht. Driving maul once again. It's actually a really good counter maul here from Leicester. Really good work there from Leicester, and they might be in a bit of trouble here. They do keep the ball though. So into the final minutes of the first half. So pick and go is what they're trying here. Ball comes forward up to the 5 metre line. Good speed of ball from the away side. Switch the way they play. Here we go. 6 phases in. Some big hits coming in here from Leicester. Very physical. We're into the red. So 40 minutes gone. No mistakes now from Connacht if they want to get a try here. What's happening here now? Penalty to Connacht, 5 metres out. Let's have a look at some of your comments just before we get going here. Absolutely. And we're going to discuss this on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show in a lot more detail. We're going to discuss this in a lot more detail. Look mostly at the Welsh sides, but we're going to have a discussion about that. Absolutely agree. Fitness, experience, quality, everything. I'd laugh if Edinburgh beat Racing. That'd be a great game. I heard that the tour point take place in a bubble, no crowds. Damn you, Co. This is a massive blunder for both teams. It is. I have my thoughts about this, the lines this season and stuff like that. But, you know, I had my question marks of the Six Nations happening with COVID and stuff. I actually think it's a massive blessing. And I think it really lifted people, especially in Wales because we won it. But I think it did lift people. I think sport is an escapism for a lot of people. Yeah, 6th of May is when the squad is announced. And Leinster or Munster will be very different against this Leicester team. I don't think Connacht have been bad. I actually don't. I don't think they've been bad at all. I think Connacht have played some good stuff, but under the high ball, they've been shaky. They've been caught at the breakdown once, on one silly pass, that's it, and they've scored tries off it. Their players actually look very, very good. Going forward, they look really good. Ben Ford asks a very intellectual question, as always, full of intelligence. Would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes? Fingers for toes. Fingers for toes. Or just keep them as they are, to be honest. Fingers for toes. Then I can pick up my beer with both my hands and my feet. Good answer. Very good answer. Half time in the ladies' game. Thank you, Richard. 31 points to 0 in that one. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we are 2.5 minutes into the red here. Surely Leicester are offside there. Connacht still with ball in hand, but not making all that much ground. Ben Youngs has turned this one over for Leicester. Not quite. Connacht still have it here somehow, but they're not really making any ground. 3 minutes over the red. It's great counter looking here from the Tigers, but I mean they've been put an advantage here to Connacht. Ben Youngs, the captain, getting told that discipline needs to be a big thing. Let's have a look at some of your comments. You heard reports that the SA side might use their input as a backdoor to get into the Champions Cup. I have. I say if they want to get in the Champions Cup, they should qualify like everyone else. So Ben Ford, very, very kind, donating £4.99, asking me to wear a Blues top. It's not happening. I've done it twice already. You're just going to screenshot it. I know what's not going to happen. Matthew Coles. Would you rather have a dog's body and a human head or a dog's head and a human body? I think a dog's body. I think a dog's body. I think I'd go with a dog's body. Connacht are going to go for the posts here. Kept me saying, can't wait to see the Lions play. Just hope it's just not the Welsh players. Let's hope not. I mean, the problem with the Champions Cup, and Ben will know this as a Blues fan, they didn't say anything before the season kicked off about this. So the Blues at the minute are potentially not going to be in the Champions Cup next season. Although the requirement was to finish at least 4th in the Pro 14 in your respective conference, now that might be changed, which I don't think is fair to do after a team has achieved that. Because, you know, the Blues would have aimed for that to get at least 4th. They beat Edinburgh, which they would have thought would have been enough for them. So we are 5 minutes over the red. Jack Carty is going to look to make it 11 points to 24 at half-time. Leicester's defence has been very, very solid. He does that. So at half-time, it is Leicester Tigers 24. Connacht 11. Those are the halftime scores. So there we go. We're going to take a quick break for halftime. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure to like the stream and keep the chat going in the comments. Get your discussions in, get your questions in. Hit the subscribe button. We're very close to hitting 1,450 subs. So let's see if we can do that tonight. That'll be awesome. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to be back in a second. Make sure that, as I said, subscribe, like the stream, and of course that you have get your questions in the chat as well. It'll be really good to hear your thoughts on the game so far. So as we said, Leicester Tigers 24, Connacht 11. France are beating the Welsh women 31 points to 0 out in France. It's been a tough game for them, but don't go anywhere. So I'll be back. There we go. We are back. Thank you for sticking around, folks. It is half-time in this one. Leicester Tigers, 24 points to 11. Fair play to them. They played some lovely stuff this evening. And Connacht at 11, of course. France women are winning 31 points to 0. It's a tough one for them, isn't it? The amateur against the pro situation. Very complicated in that area. Right. What a first half. That was really good first half. I've seen you've been keeping the chat going, which is really good to see. Let's have a look at some of the comments you've said. So the discussion has been in the chat about the South African teams joining the Rainbow Cup and potentially then playing the Champions Cup next season. So how would they qualify through the Pro League? But they're not part of it yet, as Jacobo's correctly points out. For me personally, I think they just have to wait. They have to wait a year. You know, you should qualify as everyone else has done. It's not fair on the Blues being made to sacrifice it, in my opinion. No, there's no other way. It's quite likely the South African sides will qualify anyway. Well, I'm not too sure how good the South African side's going to be. So I'm going to be hopefully making a video with a fellow South African YouTuber, rugby YouTuber, and having a chat with him about the South African sides in a little bit more detail. So it is 24 points to 11. Let's have a look at the first half then in a bit more detail. And let's turn Hugo Monnier off for a bit because he's doing my head in. The Wales women are out for the second half. So we will keep an eye out on that. Let's have a look at some of the stats from the first half. We'll have a look at them. If you're watching, folks, and you're just joining us, it is half-time in the game. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you leave a like on the stream, and hit the notification bell as well to be updated on when we go live. You're more than welcome to this watch-along half-time in the both games. We're keeping mostly an eye on the Connacht Leicester game. Leicester leading 24 points to 11, while France women beating Wales women 31 points to 0. So let's have a look at some stats from this opening game. I mean, they make for some really interesting reading. Let me share my screen with you, folks. Let me just quickly get to Jacobus's comment. The sides aren't good enough for South African sides. We won't have any home games either. As it stands, we have a massive disadvantage, so don't stress. Well, looking at the Welsh regions at the minute, it doesn't look good. But let me show some stats to you from the first half here. There we go. Here are the stats. I mean, look at those stats. I mean, possession, 35% compared to 65% of Connacht. Connacht have played good rugby, right? They played some good stuff. And the stats back that. You look at the carries, you look at the passes, you look at the defenders beaten. The stats back that, and the territory backs that. They just haven't taken their chances. And a couple of the two, maybe, of the Leicester tries have been fortuitous, you'd have to say. You look at turnovers conceded, though. 7 turnovers conceded for Connacht in that opening 40. 89 tackles made by Leicester compared to the 42 of Connacht. I mean, Connacht missed their conversion, which would be frustrating. But it's pretty even across the board, really. I mean, Connacht probably should be winning this game, but Leicester have just taken their opportunities when they've been given them. And that's all you can do at this level. You've got to take your chances. If you take your chances, you always stand a chance. Just a reminder, tomorrow we'll be doing a watch-along for this one. Harlequins and Ulster going live at about 7:45 with kickoff at 8 o'clock. Both teams are there. So we will, of course, do a watch-along for that one. So very excited for that tomorrow. I will just getting ready for the second half. Thank you very much for joining me on this one. Thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. We just hit 1,430 subs. That's fantastic. Thank you very, very much to those who have subscribed this evening. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're building a really nice rugby community here. We have the regulars in the chat every watch along. And of course, we have people jump in for their team, which is always good to see. And every Friday night game that we do, we leave it to the subscribers. We leave a vote on the community page. We say, which game do you want? And the most vote one is the one that we'll watch together. So in the future, if you want to do that, make sure you get in the votes on the community tab. So if you subscribe, that will pop up for you. George going to win the World Cup. No worries. And Jacobus says he'll eat my shoes if that happens. Well, we'll keep you to that. Let's very much hope that George will win the World Cup at some point. Let's see how they do in the Rainbow Cup and when the new Pro League starts. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do. I'm telling you now, within the next 10 years, South Africa are going to be part of the Six Nations. I don't want to see it happen, but it's going to happen at some point. It's going to happen. CVC just buying stakes and everything. It's going to happen at some point. Paddy Hartsit says Connor Fitzgerald should be playing. I mean, for Connacht, you've got to say, mate, you've got to say that some of your play has actually been very good this evening. But two fortuitous tries for Leicester, silly mistakes from Connacht. And Leicester Tigers are pretty comfortable in this one, really. The next score is really important in this one. If Leicester score again, get the next try, it's going to be really tough for Connacht to get back into this one. But let me know in the chat, guys, how you see the second half going. 35 of you currently watching. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on this watch along. As I said, we're keeping an eye out on Leicester against Connacht and the Wales women against the French women out in France in the Six Nations. Bit of a different setup this year. Pool stages for them. It's a little bit of a different system out there. Of course, on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show, we did a really great chat with the current Wales women's head coach, Warren Abrams, ahead of the tournament. And what you got to remember, as I said many times already tonight, French women, every single one of them are professional, play professionally. Most of the Wales women do, but the Welsh national side aren't professional. So they don't get paid for being with the Welsh national team. The standards of coaching, although Warren, I know, is a great coach and the way he speaks is a great coach and his philosophy for the game is awesome. You just can't compare it. France are a very, very strong team, up there with some of the best teams in the world with New Zealand, Australia and England. So it's always going to be very, very tough for the girls. They'll be targeting the Scotland game more than anything in the Six Nations and hoping they can get a win there. And let's have a look at some of your comments. Jacobus says, we won't know until the tournament starts about the South African teams, how they will do in the Rainbow Cup. But I'll say this, I've been keeping a close eye on our teams. They're far too inconsistent to actually make the qualifiers. So it'd be interesting to see how they do. Short World Rugby have put money into Fiji side and another Pacific Super Rugby team. That is fantastic to see. That is so good to see. And that's what I think should happen with Georgia. I think if Georgia could put a Pro 14 team in, a team into the Pro 14, with an eye then on the promotion and relegation system, I think that would make a massive difference. Because if you look at Zebra this season, they've won 4 games. I know 2 of them came against Benetton, 2 of them came against, one against the Ospreys, one against the Dragons. But they put a really good fight up against Bath yesterday, I thought, in the Challenge Cup. Benetton this season, they beat Agen. They're into the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup as well. Although they had a really poor year results-wise in the Pro 14, I actually think they played some really good stuff. And I think they've got some class players in Monte Ione, in Garbisi. So they've got some really good players at Benetton. So I think it's all good. I think it's all good for those sides. So I would be really keen to see potentially a Pro 14 side in Georgia. Let me know what you think about that. Again, I've always said I'm for promotion and relegation. I'm not for kicking Italy out of the Six Nations. Promotion and relegation is how it's got to be for me. Will the countries agree to it with the finances and stuff like that? I'm not too sure. I really don't know. Both teams are out on the pitch, though. We're ready for this one. Wales women is 3 minutes into that one, still 31 points to 0. Let me change the scoreboard. If you're just joining, we're ready for the second half. This is a watch along. It's not the actual game, but it's just a watch along. So if you can't get it on BT, or you don't have BT, you can join us here on the watch along. But make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, and that you've liked the stream as well. Subscribing is free to do, and also helps grow the channel. So make sure to do that. Right, we've just kicked off, and so we're ready for this one. let's keep an eye on how both games go. So line out to Gloucester just inside the Leicester half. And Connacht get it straight out of the line out. Here they come through the phases. I mean, next score, as we've said already, is crucial in this one, you feel. If Connacht can get the try, then you think game on. But if Leicester get a try, it's going to be very difficult to see this Connacht team managing to come back. Jack Carty tries a little chip over the top. It's not going to work. Henry, the fullback, who's got a lovely try in the first half, kicks it downfield. Let's have a look at some of your comments. I'm not sure about promotion and relegation. Will be in the Six Nations because of the money. Absolutely agree. I'd love to see it, though. The Pro League, I think so. Would love a team from Georgia and Romania. Depends on what CVC wants. I would absolutely love to see a Georgian team, Romanian, Russia, very much up and coming, Portugal, Spain, Germany. But again, as Sean O'Farrell correctly says there, it's all about what CVC wants, isn't it? Porch, the fullback, didn't have the greatest first half. Leicester's defence has been very, very good here. Advantage here to Gloucester, though. Offside there for Leicester, and would give an easy opportunity for Connacht to get them down into Leicester territory. It's still 31 points to 0 out in France between the Wales women and French women. 50 minutes gone in that one. A couple of sore bodies out there, getting some... You do indeed. There's a couple of teams who end up in the Challenge Cup. None of them made it through to the round of 16. So they didn't make it through this year. Ooh, Jack Carty will send this one down into the 22, just inside the 22. Line out to Connacht just outside the 22 then. Here off we go. Ball out. Daly carries well. He's been very impressive this season. Marmion, the scrum half, carries. Scored a try in the first half. Very good defence from Leicester. Oh, he's taking it again. Oh, through the ruck. Again, through the ruck. Masterson has crossed over for Connacht. Again, there's just no cover defence there at the breakdown. It's really bad defence there, actually. Ewan Masterson, the back rower for Connacht's second try in 6 games in the Challenge Cup. It's a good run from Daly. Carries well into the 22. But from there, I mean, you've got to say it's poor. It's really poor from Leicester, and that's a really important try in the context of the game. And the conversion is right in front of the post for Carty, who succeeds. So, Connacht 18, Leicester Tigers 24. Leicester Tigers caught napping there. Connacht indeed did get a try, Richard Huey.
pillars either side of the rock first. It's the first job to make sure stop that line smoking or stop the thing going through the middle of the rock.
So Leicester restart the game. 5 minutes gone in this second half. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Apologies, folks. I started work at 8 today and finished at 5:30. Sounds like a wimp, but I'm very tired. And work tomorrow. But again, watch along tomorrow night, same time, 7:45. Go live. Harlequins against Ulster. Challenge Cup round of 16. Final game in the European Games of the weekend. And then next Friday, we have every single quarter-final going on. So I'm not sure which one to do. We'll have a look and see. I think if the Scarlets are in, have made it through, I might do Scarlets. Just because they're a Welsh region. 3 Welsh regions so far. Horrific. Connacht, a little bit of momentum here for the Irish province. Daly carries strong again from centre. Little kick through from Carty. Is there anyone there? There is just about in the end. Our tackle there from Daly might be looked at. Potentially could have been a little bit high. Ben Youngs will kick this one away. France have gone even further ahead. They've got to try. They missed the conversion. 36 points to 0 to the French women against the Wales women. Connacht are trying to push here. Nice kicked out from Carty there for the territory. Really big hit there.
He's a big physical man. We saw do that against Racing 92 in December in that Champions Cup game.
So not long to go in this one, half an hour or so. Hayes is off with Hurd coming on for Leicester. Lavanini is off with Wells coming on for him. Harry Wells coming on for Leicester Tigers. So a couple of changes there for Leicester. Line out then to Leicester Tigers, about 10 metres out from their own try line. Oh, they've lost it, but he's knocked on from Connacht. Very, very close there. Slight overthrow there, and big let off there for Clement. Is there a live stream for this game? It's on BT Sport 3. So if you have BT Sport 3, you're able to watch, my friend, Paddy. But unfortunately, I cannot show because I don't have the license to do so. But you're welcome to stick around here and enjoy the watch along. But yes, it's on BT Sport 3 currently. So Leicester from the scrum here. Off his feet. So opportunity here for Leicester to clear their lines after a good 7 or 8 minutes pressure from Connacht there. Big hit on Carty there from Vise, the number 8 for Leicester. Changes. Jasper Vise carries from the back of them all there. Claire tackled. Poor kick from Leicester there. Delahunt is on for Heffernan for Connacht. Robertson McCoy's on for Beelum. And Blade is on for Marmion at scrum half. So there's a couple of changes there for Connacht. Really good take from Porch in the air. Oh, he stepped out there. And it's knocked on by Connacht. So scrum on the halfway line to Leicester. Really good chance there for Connacht. Wales women remain 36 points to 0 up in France. Oh, hang on. This could be try number 6. It is not. So here come Leicester. Ben Youngs fires it out. And it's kicked out on its head from the winger. Yeah, straight out on its head, that one. So Connacht, just a little bit behind here. Where's our loose ball going to go? Still ball for Connacht here. Leicester penalised at the ruck. Line out then to Leicester, just outside the 22 of Connacht. Next score, very, very important in this one. They are checking something on the TMO in the French game. Oh, France have got another try, I think, there. I think it's going to be France's 6th. Or maybe they dropped it. We'll keep an eye on that. Connacht kick downfield. Henry sends that one up. Should be comfortable enough. And Healy calls for the mark. They are checking a possible try in the Wales France game, seeing if she's grounded it correctly. Very difficult to tell on that one. That game is actually live on BBC iPlayer. You can watch that one live if you want, or through the BBC Sport website. Ben Young sends it high for Leicester. Scrum to Leicester from the knock-on from Connacht there, just over the halfway line. They're making a decision in the France-Wales game. No try in France and Wales, knocked on over the line from the French player, so it remains 36 points to 0 in that one. Oh, Ben Ford, good question. Pick one, bench one, drop one between Hamish Watson, Justin Tipuric and Ben Curry. For the Lions, I would pick Hamish Watson. I'd bench Curry. Oh, I don't know. Hamish Watson starts. Tipuric on the bench, Ben Curry. That's what I'd say. Yeah, Hamish Watson starts. Tipuric on the bench, Ben Curry dropped. I think he was a shining light for England this Six Nations, but he really, Tipuric's had a brilliant campaign, but Hamish Watson obviously been brilliant and player of the tournament as well. Jonathan Gray picking Tipuric over Watson. Interesting. I'm a Welshman, but I'm picking Hamish Watson. I think he's been awesome. Leicester have lost the line out from the kick to the corner, and Connacht have possession here. 25 minutes to go. Game is still there for Connacht if they want it enough. It'd be a really big win for Leicester with all the changes that they made ahead of kickoff. Ooh. Changes for Connacht, I think. Wales women, France have scored another one, making it 41 points. 18 minutes to go in that. I mean, they did put 50 points on Wales last time. France are 43 points to 0 up in the Wales women game. It's not a game. I mean, it's tough, isn't it? But here come Leicester into the 22 of Connacht. Connacht turned that one over. Advantage to Leicester then. Ben Young's trying a little chip over the top. Don't think it's going to work. They had the advantage anyway. If I'm Leicester here, I think you take your points. I think you take the 3. Just have a little bit of a gap. They're going for the posts indeed. Ben Young's points towards the post. So we are keeping an eye out on the Wales women game, as I said. That one now is 43 points to 0 for the French. Leicester Tigers with a chance to go even further ahead in this one. To go 9 points ahead, and they do so. 27 points 27 points to 18 in that one. I can see in the comments that Ben Ford is chatting a little bit about Cardiff Blues. We will be really getting into detail on the Cardiff Blues, on the Ospreys' performance, on the Dragons and the Scarlets in the Welsh Rugby Roundup show on Monday nights, 8:30 on the 3BOD Rugby Group YouTube channel. I'll drop a link to it in the chat now. Make sure you head over there, subscribe if you haven't done so already, then come back here. And we'll be going live at 8:30. So make sure that you subscribe and that you hit the notification bell on the channel as well. So Welsh Rugby Roundup shows live Monday night, 8:30. Make sure you hit the subscribe on that. Hit the link on that. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. And myself and Ben will look back at the action from the weekend for the Welsh regions. We'll also round up Welsh Rugby and a couple of other bits that need doing. Connacht looking to go quickly here. 20 minutes to go. Halfway through the second half, 3/4 of the way through the game. Here come Connacht. Daly. He's been good today. He's carried well for Connacht. Again, oh, lovely angle. What a tackle that is. Has he reached? Is it double movement? They're going to check this. It's a lovely angle. It's a lovely angle there. Is this a double movement, though? He's wanting to check the tackle, and if it's double movement from Alex Wooten. So that's what we're looking at, the tackle and either double movement. I thought it was a really good tackle. Nothing wrong with the tackle from Ben Youngs there. Well, the original pass from... I think the pass is forward, though. Well, the pass for the assist there is forward. Well, obviously the ball's on the line. There's nothing wrong with the grounding, but the pass is forward. It shouldn't count. They're looking at the wrong thing. The TMO are looking at the wrong thing here. They're looking at the wrong thing. It's 100%. Like, the grounding's fine. The tackle's fine. There's no double movement. He's given the try. Should it count? Connacht get a response. They could be within. They are within 2 points. Game on. 27 points to 25. Well, the pass is forward, isn't it? I think we can all agree on that. But the acceleration from Wooten, the power as well, and the ability to finish there. Really good try. Really good try there for Connacht. 25 points, 27, 20 minutes to go. It's very much in the balance, this one. It's anyone's game. It's still 43 points to 0 to the French women over Wales women. So off we go again then. We're into the final quarter of the game. And Carty clears. What a way to finish a fantastic Saturday of rugby. The high kick is an advantage to Connacht off the knock-on. Daly. Oh, lovely step from O'Brien in the centre. Oh, what an offload to Porch. Not held in the tackle. Oh, you tit. Well, they're going for the post here, Connacht, and they'll go in the lead with this. Big chance here. Well, they tried to take the kick quick. He tried to tap and go, and he didn't even catch it. He didn't even catch it. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Come on, Con. Bit of luck needed at times, absolutely. Was a forward pass, but it's a great finish, wasn't it? It's a great finish. So Connacht to go ahead. Quite a big distance on this one. He's missed it. He's absolutely sliced it by a good 5-6 meters there. So 22 drop out. It remains Leicester leading this one, 27 points, 25. Pro 15 needed someone to win this weekend. I mean, let's hope they can do it. It's been, I mean, Leicester sort of won. I think the French were out eating waffles again, weren't they? France always have this ability to implode, don't they? And just... But La Rochelle yesterday were really impressive. We did a watch long for that one. La Rochelle against Gloucester. Really enjoyed that. La Rochelle was so good. I think Ulster will win tomorrow. Yes, Gregor. I agree with you there. Our Harlequins have rested a lot of players, but Leicester rested loads of players. And this is pretty much a Connacht first team. And Leicester rested loads of players here. And Ben Youngs dances passes. Oh, lovely pass from Ben Youngs. Here's Morgan. He just needs to pass one more. It's outside to the winger. Why is he cut in? Why is he cut in there? Oh, he should have gone for the corner. Why is he cut in there? 2 meters out here for Leicester. A meter out now. Pick and go. This is massive in the terms of the game. Advantage to Leicester. Another offside from Connacht. Oh, he's pushed for the line. I think he's got there. I thought that was a try. So look at some of your comments. I'd be superb. Pro rugby player in France, the amount of waffles they go through. That's good. That's good. Yeah, apart from Bundyaki, yeah, this is a full strength Connacht team, isn't it? Scrum then 5 meters out for the home side. I thought that Leicester had scored here. I think they're double checking this. I think he scored here.
I'm not sure who can be underneath him there. Leicester has said himself.
I think that's a try. Ooh. No, it's been held up. And no clear evidence to be able to give the try. That's a really good point, Ben. And again, we're going to cover that on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show. So if you're not subscribed to that link that I put in the chat a second ago, make sure that you do go and do that. It's the Welsh Rugby Roundup show. Hit that link and subscribe to that channel, folks. Because Monday night, Happy State, me and Ben are going to round up the action for the 4 Welsh regions in Europe. I mean, 3 have already lost. So hopefully Scarlets can do something tomorrow. The handbags are out. There's a bit of a cat fight going on. $15 minutes to go. Still is 43 points to 0 to the French women. 74 minutes gone in that. Changes for Connacht. Thornbury's off. Doling comes on. So that change has gone through for Connacht just there. Maul to Leicester. This is where they're very, very strong from, isn't it? Duggan is also on for Buckley, for Connacht in the front row. This is very, very powerful. I mean, this can only result in one thing. Try to Leicester. Try to Leicester there. Charlie Clare once again crashing over from the driving maul. And Leicester extend their lead. 32 points to 25. Not long to go in this one now from the driving maul. And there's always only going to be one result there. I mean, they've got one of the best driving mauls in the Prem. Really good try there from Leicester Tigers. Make sure, folks, if you're watching and you have not yet subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. It's free to do, folks. Hit that subscribe button as we push towards 1,500 subs on the channel. Thank you very much for joining this evening. Let's see if they can add the 2 points. As he pulled it, so is it good? It's good. Leicester extend their lead then. 9-point gap now. Is that enough? Is that enough to put them into the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup? The time, please. The time is 67 minutes, my friend, Fabienne. 67 minutes, so 13 minutes to go. Leicester Tigers leading this one by 34 points to 25. Jack Carty is no, he's still on, sorry. He is still on. So Gloucester need, not Gloucester, we did Gloucester yesterday. Not Gloucester. Yes, Carty is off, sorry, Fitzgerald has come on. Connacht need to get at least a try and a penalty to draw level. Converted try and a penalty. Or Leicester will be the team progressing to the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup. There's space out wide here, but crossing obstruction from Connacht there. And with 12 minutes to go, Leicester will look to put this down into Connacht territory. You've got to say, Connacht have just shot themselves in the foot today. They played lovely stuff in the first half. Let's have a look at some of your comments, Fabienne. Absolutely no problem, my friend. Welcome. I have not seen you here before. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Good to have you on the channel. Yes, Gregor, as Gregor points out, tomorrow, Harlequins against Ulster, live watch along. Round of 16, final game of the weekend. Final game of the weekend for European Rugby is the European Challenge Cup round of 16 final game. It is Harlequins against us, going live at about 7:45 with kickoff at 8 p.m. So join us for that. So make sure you subscribe for that and hit the notification bell. Hit the little bell down there and you'll be notified when we go live. Jonathan Gray, the Connacht fan, says still time but needs something soon. Yeah, very much so. Aaron says when the score's 27-25, my hands were shaking. I was so worried for Leicester. Job isn't done yet, but it looks encouraging. Ben Youngs is off. His job is done. Always professional. I think he's been brilliant for England in the Six Nations. He led very well tonight. Does that mean that they think job is done? Whitcomb is on the pitch. A change there. Maul here. Clare at the back of this Maul for Leicester. He carries it alone, looking for his hat-trick. Ball comes out here. Maury's had a very good game for Tigers as well. We're heading towards the final 10 minutes of this one. 9-point gap. Leicester just outside the 22 of the Irish side. Switch the direction of play. No mistakes here from Connacht at all. You'd think a penalty kick would be enough as well to secure the win, really, for Leicester. Well, Connacht looking to run this one. Lovely chip over the top. It's not going to work. The bounce is not going to be favourable, I don't think. It's not an awful kick. Pressure on Leicester. They need some cover here to clear their lines. We are into the final 10. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Oliver Flanagan is back in Connacht. Let's see if they can get the job done this evening. Bit of work to do. 10 minutes to go. 9 points down. Go Leicester, my bet. €100 for €180. Let's see how they do. Sean Farrell, how do we win if the Bulls face 8? Well, we'll have to see on that one, won't we? I'm at work and hardly contain myself. French ladies got to try again. They've hit the 50-point mark. I'll have to change that. French ladies are just strong. It's getting that professional against amateur thing. That's just what it is at the minute, unfortunately. 48-0. They're not going to hit the 50, hopefully. Really big shame for Wales that they didn't get any points in this one. Again, just professional against amateur. Does not work. Oh, through the gap again! Paul Boyle at the breakdown again. There's no one there for Tigers. And he's just run straight through. If he converts this, we're going to have a 2-point game. Don't mean to swear at you. What's going on with the defence of both teams here at the breakdown? I mean, he's run in from 20 metres there. That's shocking from Tigers. It's great from Boyle. And, oh my word, we're on for a very, very good finish here, aren't we? Indeed, we're on for a very good finish. What a finish, indeed. And what a finish we're going to have. The game is, and the Connacht have converted that one. The clock is in the red in the France vs Wales game. James MC, we're about to see, aren't we? We are about to see, indeed. 32 points to 34 in this one. Not long to go at all. Yep, indeed. Indeed, absolutely. Change for Leicester. Kelly's on for Maroney. Maroney, I think, has had a brilliant game for Leicester here. I mean, the first defender there is just... Where is he? So 8 minutes to go in this one. Let me know who you want to win this. Make sure you're subscribed if you're joining us for this final 8 minutes or so. It's going to be a very nervy 8 minutes. But make sure that you have subscribed to the channel if you have not yet done so. Tigers have turned this one over. 5 meters out, they are 2 points ahead. The French women are pushing for another try here. But we'll keep an eye on both games. Very, very close here, Tigers, to wrapping this game up potentially after some good work from Connacht. They are 2 meters out. Seven minutes to go. Leicester camped on the Connacht line. Good discipline from Connacht is needed here. It's a try for Leicester. Leicester have scored. That you'd think would be the game. Leicester Tigers have got a try here. And it's a first try of his career for Leicester. It's a great try. James Whitcomb scores from the driving from very short on. And you'd think that's probably Leicester through to the quarterfinals. Let me change the score. 39 points to 32. Folks, 51 of you currently watching. Wow, thanks so much for joining. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the red button down below. It's free to do. We're very nearly at the end of this one. 39 points to 32. 5 minutes and a bit to go. The conversion is going to be likely to go over here. So it is going to be very, very tough for Connacht. They're going to need a lot here. $41 points to 32. 9-point difference now. They're going to need something big. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Come on, indeed. Yep, Tigers got a try. Frenchwomen got another try. 53 points to the Frenchwomen. That's really, really frustrating for a Wales fan. Tigers, indeed. Tigers going for another try here. Jasper Weiss just breaking through there. Knocked on advantage to Connacht there. Backwards on an advantage to Connacht. They've decided to kick. And Portugal call for the mark. So look at some of your comments. Freddie Burns back next season. Leicester flying again. Tigers, indeed, sickened. It's Connacht fan, yeah. I have seen how good Weiss was. Tigers, indeed. Time, please. Fabienne. It is 76 minutes now, my friend. 76 minutes. If you don't subscribe to BS Rugby, you're wasting time. Superb content, even if he's an Ospreys. Yes, I am an Ospreys fan, the best region in Wales. But yes, make sure you are subscribed to us here at BS Rugby. Game over in the French game. France 55, Wales 0. That is tough, isn't it? Again, the French have put 50 points on the Welsh women. Very tough, that. Very, very tough, that. We're keeping an eye on this one, though. 3.5 minutes to go, Fabienne. Don't you worry. 3.5 minutes to go. 76 minutes and 30 seconds gone. Go Tigers. Indeed, Tigers look better than last season. Absolutely, they do. It seems as if Tigers have done enough here. They're finishing very strongly. Connacht will have to score very, very quickly. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. That's very kind. Right, Connacht need to score here. And they need to go up the field and potentially get a drop goal. They want to win this one. Wooten, call out. Oh, that's really poor from Connacht, you've got to say. And they're going to check something here. Jasper Wiese has been given man of the match, and rightly so. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. I was wearing a Cardiff top and they lost. Maybe I should keep doing that. Maybe. We'll have to see what Ben Ford thinks of that. Jonathan Gray says, I must say this is so much better than listening on the radio alone. Do you have a podcast or what? This is my YouTube channel, so I do lots of rugby coverage. I am thinking of potentially doing a podcast. It's something I'm looking at doing, so if people want to see that, let me know in the chat. It is something I'm flirting with the idea of. I'm not too sure yet on exactly what. My job's going to be changing potentially in the summer. Potentially changing there. So hopefully I have more time to focus on this. I'm a uni student as well, study sport journalism. So hopefully I have a little bit more time. Hopefully I'll have a bit more time to do that. But if people want a podcast, I'll think about it. And I have a few contacts I'd like to make use of. This game is pretty much done, you'd have to say. Ben Ford puts a really good point out once again. Zebra, Blues, Munster, Ospreys, Dragons and Connacht, all Pro 14 and all out. Only Leicester are the only one in the Champions Cup so far. And Benetton are the only one in the Challenge Cup so far. So we might only have 3 teams in the quarterfinals from the Pro 14. And I think it raises the question once again, the difference between this competition, between the Pro 14 and the Top 14 and the Prem. There's just such a big divide. There really is a divide. And a lot needs to be done to address that. Again, we're doing our Welsh Rugby Roundup show on Monday night. So make sure. Oh, Leicester are going to get another try here, surely. Oh, he's been held up. The fly half for Leicester's been held up. 2 minutes to go, Fabienne. Nearly finished. Nearly finished. Yes, Scarlets are still to go. Scarlets have Sale Sharks. That's not an easy game at all. They're going to double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's been held up. This referee's had a brilliant game, except for the forward pass. He's had a brilliant game. Yeah, he's been held up there. There's no way he's grounded that. Scrum 5, though, here to Leicester. See if they can wrap it up. So, yeah, as I said, Pro 14, Scarlets and Ulster. You know, you'd expect Ulster to beat Harlequins with the teams that have been selected. Scarlets against Sale is going to be really, really tough. Benetton are through. Leinster are through. But that's it. So, Welsh Rugby Roundup show Monday night on the 3pod Facebook group page and also on the YouTube channel. I'm going to drop a link to the YouTube channel now in the chat. Please do head over there, subscribe to that channel. Make sure you subscribe to it and hit the notification bell on it, because me and Ben are going to be rounding up the action from the Welsh regions in the European rugby competition. And Leicester have another try to round it off, and it's Jasper Wiese. And he's been so good today. He's been so good today. So make sure to go subscribe to the Welsh Rugby Roundup show on YouTube. Hit the link in the chat now, folks. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. And we'll see you on Monday night for that one. There's another try here for Leicester Tigers. Brilliant try there. A man of the match performance, and you can see why. Tigers win indeed. I mean, there's 30 seconds to go. They'll take their time with this conversion win for the Tigers. Yeah, Freddie Clark, you must be absolutely buzzing, mate. You will be facing, can't remember. Let me know who you're facing. Tigers win indeed. This is why I said Rise is so good. Indeed he is. McPhillips adds the 2 points, so 48 points to 32 now. And we're only going to have time for the restart. Once this is off, you would think that Tigers will kick this one off and secure the win. We're very close to the ending here. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. It's been brilliant having your company this evening. Really, really good to get to know some of you. Thank you to those who have subscribed for the first time. Welcome. If you have not done so already, make sure to do that. Yes, I think it is Tigers against Newcastle, isn't it? Yes, it is, because I was hoping Ospreys would have Leicester, but Tigers are going to have They're just going to check something here on the TMO. Someone's been taken out in the air. Someone's been sent to the bin here. They're checking a potential yellow here. Fabian's won €80. Awesome. Enjoy it, mate. Hard game. Yeah, definitely hard game for that one. Tigers against Newcastle in the quarterfinals. I mean, there's still a lot of good teams out there, for sure. We are checking this tackle from, I think it's Porch. I mean, he's having a yellow here. He's tackled him in the air. What an idiot. I mean, just gets from bad to worse for Connacht. Porch, the Australian former sevens, is going to be off here. So what do Leicester Tigers do here? They're going to go for another try, or they're just going to say, right, we're happy, let's go. We're going through to the quarterfinals. They are taking the line out. So Porch is off. Yellow cards for the Connacht man. Silly tackle in the air. Can't be doing that. Way too dangerous. Ulster, if they win, will play Northampton Saints. So don't forget, Ulster against Harlequins live watch along tomorrow. 6:45 kickoff. And kickoff. 7:15 going live. Kickoff at 8. The handbags are out. All the players having a go at each other. The things you love to see. Well, I'm not really sure where that scuffle came from. Someone pushed someone, and then everyone started pushing everyone. Always fun, isn't it? Porch not up to scratch from defence. Former sevens player for Australia. Really good in attack. Under the high ball, a bit questionable. Defensively, yeah, not great. Are they looking back at this? Why are they looking back at this? Sean Fowler says, I feel the Pro League has been behind the English and French League since the Pro 12 days. I mean, Leicester probably and Munster are the only teams that are going to be competitive. They're going to end the game here, folks. There we go. Final score then. Down at Welford Road. Congratulations to Leicester Tiger fans. Commiserations to Connacht fans. The final score in this one. Leicester Tigers 48. Connacht 32. Don't forget as well, Women's Six Nations tonight. The French women winning that one 55 points to 0. Massive result for the French women. Again, raises the question of the professional game, doesn't it? And against the amateur game. But Leicester Tigers through to the quarterfinals. They will face Newcastle Falcons. Do join me tomorrow for the watch on between Harlequins and Ulster tomorrow night. Going live at 6:45 with kickoff at 8 p.m. So do join me for that one. I'm going to clock off now. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to like the stream as well and hit the notification bell as well. I will see you tomorrow. Let's quickly go through some of your comments just before we go. Got to go, guys. See you soon. Thank you, Jacobus. Hope to see you soon. Good to see you back in the streams as always. Hope they've been a good game and stream. Thank you, mate. Always great to have you alongside. Jonathan Gray, take care, my man. Commiserations tonight, pal, but Connacht will be back. But there we go. That's where we're going to leave it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, notification bell ticked on, and also leave a like on the stream. I'll see you tomorrow, 7:45 for Harlequins against Ulster. See you then.